Hello there and welcome to the new channel.
Here to help you see
The new you.
My name is Carmine Ortega.
Dennis Calamba.
This is Nato Agbayani.
My name is Juan Lu.
I'm Chino.
I'm Trisha.
This is Apple Manansada.
This is Attorney Carlo Ibanez.
This is Attorney Sheila Santiago.
This is Angie.
This is Orgami.
My name is Dante Salama.
This is Jesse Francis Rebostillo.
I'm Dania Cunha.
Mon Mendoza.
I am Mapet Erhina.
I'm Leo Bryan. Mike.
Nice one, dear.
Sir Ian Barcelona.
Marvin Salazar. This is Sonny Jaldon.
Haydee Lumayno.
This is Ivan Jude.
Patrick Geronimo.
Alan Perez.
My name is Erwin Ursua.
Mine is Bob.
My name is Lloyd Luna and this is
Future.
The Talk.
Family Business.
The Puppet Stories.
After Shift.
TNC Town Hall.
YOLO.
Marketplace.
The Home Buyer.
HR Hotline.
Danny Art Show.
Healthline.
Foreign Affairs.
COVID stories.
Awesome Day Show.
Thank you.
Money and More.
Cybernext.
Women at Work.
Win Within.
Port Project.
The Big Picture.
Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. We are helping you see the new you. This is Sonny Jaldon streaming from San Jose, California.
And this is Haydee Lumayno streaming live from Metro Cebu. You're watching Money and More.
Hello and welcome to Money and More. Kumusta po tayo dyan, mga kababayan? And good morning to me here.
Good morning to you, Sonny.
Right. Good evening to everybody, to all our listeners. Thank you for tuning in. We have a very special episode tonight.
Yes, and also good morning sa lahat ng mga nanood dyan sa US, sa Dubai, my friends in Dubai, and also in UK. And maayong gabi sa tanang nananaw diri sa Cebu, sa Visayas, sa General Santos, kasi mamaya yung guest natin is from General Santos. And magandang gabi po sa lahat ng nanood sa Luzon.
Yeah.
Sonny, how is it there in the US?
Welcome everybody. So we are I think we are 1 year into the lockdown, no? Parang 1 year anniversary ng yung pandemic lockdown, no? Since and since then there has been a lot of changes, no? But here over over on our side, the economy is opening up, no? Vaccinations have been on a roll. We've reached 100 million vaccinations in 60 days, no? In just 2 months.
Oh.
So mabilis ang rollout ng vaccines. In fact, naubusan na nga ng stocks. Sabi nga nila,
it's good for you, no? Good for you.
It's difficult daw to, at least dito sa California, to schedule a vaccine, no? Parang 2 months na ang backlog because of the demand, no? Of the demand for the vaccine. But all of these points, at least dito, no, to sign of recovery, no? And
did you have yours already?
Hindi pa kasi ang threshold kasi ngayon is 50 and above, I think, no, mga 50 and above.
Okay.
Pero malaki ang demand, no. Pero naka-schedule ako mga May pa. Ganun
kahaba yung pila.
Ganun kahaba ang pila, no. So
how is it? Are you going to pay for it or libre ba dyan?
At least dito, no, if you have insurance, your insurance will pay for it. Yun ang
that's nice.
Yun ang dito, no. But it's an indication kasi, no. It's an indication of recovery, no, at least from the world's biggest economy. So that's something really positive, no. Something positive that's happening on a macro scale, no. How it's going to trickle down, makikita natin yan, no. We'll probably see normalcy coming around December this year, or in 2022. So we're very optimistic about all of these things. How is it over there?
Well, kung sa inyo, you're already moving on at saka patungo na ng normalcy yung sa US, no? Dito naman, parang it's sad to say there are a lot of cities na bumalik sa GCQ, nagla-lockdown because
lockdown pa rin,
the cases here are really increasing, no? Imagine from it used to be about 4,000 per day. Ngayon it already doubled to 8,000 plus per day. So grabe, it started when yung mga yung government, no, to start off the economy, nag-open na, but there are still a lot of people who are not following the protocols, but kaya tumaas masyado yung cases dito. So nakakalungkot, and I don't know in the coming days, baka sana naman hindi, babalik na naman kami in square one.
Well, there's a lot of there are bright spots naman in there are some level of vaccinations naman dyan yata sa Pilipinas from
for the frontliners.
For the frontliners, so that's something also, no. So it may be slow, but hope is coming, no. So that begs the question kasi, no, since nandito pa rin tayo sa pandemya, no, na ano pa mga pwede nating gawin, no? What can we do in terms of our personal finance? Now, what can be done in terms of our personal finance as well, for us to take, as we said, responsibility and nasa kamay kasi natin, di ba? Nasa kamay natin yung what we need to do, no? And if we're going to take proactive steps, we have to increase our knowledge on how to do it, no? And that's where our guest for today, no, will be helpful.
Exciting. exciting
Right.
episode tonight, no? Kasi he's really an authority in this
Wow.
matter, no? Authority
Mhm.
talaga.
Mm-mm.
So, to introduce, no, our guest for tonight is a graduate of Ateneo de Davao, and he has been in this career as an executive for 25 years in AIA Film Life. And now, after semi-retirement, he is the founder of EQ Financial Advisory Services. Ladies and gentlemen, we're proud to have him here tonight, Mr. Rolan Enriquez.
Buntag Haydee, and good morning. No? Good morning,
Yes, good morning,
Sonny, no, in the
sir.
US, and magandang gabi sa iyo, Haydee, no? And to all the viewers worldwide of Money and More. Again, no, we welcome you to the show. Again, I'm very privileged, no, and honored to be invited, no, in the show. And this is also aligned with the advocacy that we're actually pursuing to be able to help people, no, to try to manage their finances well, especially this time wherein we see some challenges, no, in the environment. But what is important, no, and I agree with Sonny earlier, that we should be able to manage our own personal economy so that regardless what's happening outside, we'll be able to navigate through, no, and still be able to achieve our financial goals. No? So, good evening to everyone and all the viewers.
All right. So, welcome to Sir Rolan. No? It's good to see you, sir. And to our viewers, if you have comments or questions for Mr. Rolan, no, you can put them in the comments below. All right. And don't forget to like and subscribe TNC
and
Money
share.
and More. Like, subscribe, and share this episode of TNC Money and More. Right, Sir Rolan, you've been an industry veteran for 25 years. How is semi-retirement? Kumusta po ang semi-retirement?
Actually, after spending about 26 years in the corporate world, no, I decided, no, to pursue other ventures, and it was a lot of adjustment at the very beginning, but now I realize there are a lot of opportunities around us, no. So later on, I'll be sharing with you, no, that I actually pivoted, no, and actually, when I speak of pivot, every letter there represents the many activities I'm doing right now, no? And I thought retirement is actually trying to lessen the workload. I realize, no, because of the opportunities around you, it's getting more and more exciting, no. So I think still the advocacy of helping people, no, set up their financial programs. That is something that continues to excite me almost every day. So, and this opportunity to guest on your show, I think, is I would say a boost, no, to our efforts to do that.
Right. We'll talk about your business ventures in a bit, sir. No. For now, we're really glad to have you here, and we'd like to get a little bit of a pulse check, no, of what's happening right now. No, as we mentioned earlier in the show, it's been a year, no, since the lockdown, and so many things have changed. No, alam natin yan, no. From your perspective, no, from where you are right now, no, how has all of this affected, the environment or the landscape of personal finance?
Yeah, no, ang bilis ng panahon, no? It's almost been a year since the government here in the Philippines decided, no, to put the country under the strictest lockdown, strictest and the longest lockdown. And we know, no, that because of this pandemic, because of this lockdown, it has changed the way we do things, no, our lifestyle. Okay, in fact, face mask, face shield has become part of our OOTD, right? And alcohol has replaced perfumes, no, for some people, no, because it has to be there. So aside from the lifestyle, on the financial side, no, particularly on the economic side, here in the Philippines, we all know, no, that last year we saw how the economy really suffered, no, in terms of performance after almost 2 decades, 21 years of consistent quarterly growth. The Philippines experienced, no, its first recession. We even escaped the recession during the financial crisis, but not this time. And the drop, almost double-digit drop in the GDP, is translated also, no, in the decline in the income of most Filipinos. No, in fact, a World Bank study na lumabas, no, at the height of the pandemic, it mentioned that about 20 to 25% of Filipinos were unemployed at the height of the crisis. And not only that, and if you are depending, for example, your income is dependent on let's say small business. The average drop in revenues, for the small businesses was about 50 to 60%. Can you just imagine, revenues at 50 to 60%? That's a tremendous impact, into the income of those small and medium size. And about 15% of SMEs actually closed permanently after the lockdown.
Yes.
So this is the impact of the income for Filipinos, because majority of Filipinos are dependent on remittances. About 60% of Filipinos depending on remittances also experience a drop, in terms of the remittance, because it was not only the Philippines that was affected. The rest of the world employing Filipinos were also affected. So that's the effect on the income of the pandemic for most Filipinos. In terms of expenses, I think there were shifts in the expenses. So what we have seen is there's more allocation into the necessities, into the essentials, communication, gadgets, because particularly, especially for students, who are into remote education, they need computers, gadgets, iPads. So there was a shift there. Also, electricity bills, because most people have been in their homes most of the time, and transportation have actually dropped as well, because there are now more companies adopting the work from home arrangement. But mind you, there were also some positive shifts happening because of the lockdown, especially for financial planning. One of those is that, for example, the central bank report showed that savings went up from an average of about 12 to 13 trillion in 2019. Last year, the total savings deposits in the banking sector went up to as high as 14 trillion. So that means those that were not spent because of the change in the expenses. The good thing is many people decided to save them in the banks. And
we can attest to that, sir, no?
Yeah.
We can attest to that. Talagang malaki ang na-save, or at least yung cash position ng mga tao, na since na minimize ang mga quote-unquote luxury expenses, or frivolous expenses na minimize, yung travel
mga wants na
example,
expenses na minimize, diba?
So,
a lot of
malaki ang na-save.
Yes, yung gusto mag-travel, hindi nakapag-travel. Yung gusto mag-shopping, hindi nakapag-shopping. Pero add to cart, meron marami. But in the long run, we are actually amazed na surprisingly, mas marami yung savings, yung mga tao who still has the income opportunity.
Right. Yeah. And let me add one more thing. Another trend that came out of this pandemic was because most people now were really went online. We saw a big rise in retail traders in the stock market. In fact, based on the report of PSE, about 12 to 15% increase in retail traders were registered last year. And if not for them, if you recall, last year we saw that in the PSE, there has been a lot of sell-off coming from the foreigners that account for as much as 120 billion pesos. But we were able to sustain that because there were retail investors, mostly local retail investors, getting into the picture. If in the past we have always been saying, Sonny, di ba, when we were still very active in trying to promote investing amongst our advisors, amongst our clients, it was 70-30 in favor of foreign investors. Right now, it has reversed. 70% of investments now in the PSE come from Filipino investors, and mostly are retail investors. So I guess these are some of the changes in the financial landscape brought about by the pandemic.
Many of our viewers, kasi sir, are asking, because of this environment where we are right now, and we're talking about financial planning. We're talking about we're talking about of managing our finances. How is this relevant pa in a recession environment, as you mentioned, no? And you mentioned also, no, na marami pong nawalan ng trabaho. They have reduced income. Maybe they have limited budgets. Okay. Ano pong pwede natin sabihin sa kanila? What can we tell them?
Honestly, Sonny, more than ever, no, financial planning becomes more relevant and more important nowadays. No, on the contrary, some people would say financial planning sa mga may pera lang yan, sa mga mayayaman lang yan. On the contrary,
yes,
this people don't need financial planning much, because they can afford to make mistakes. Especially us who are middle class, who can barely, no, parang meet lang mga requirements natin. Sometimes, the more that you are careful when it comes to making financial decisions, no? That's why I guess right now, considering, no, that we are in a challenging environment, earning income is really a challenge, then the more that we should be very careful in trying to allocate, trying to distribute this income to the right, to the right purposes, no. Again, we have to remember, financial planning is nothing but life events planning. We all know that as we go through life, we are expecting a lot of life events: birth of a child, education, getting married, preparing for the future. All of this are part of a life stage. And what financial planning does is making sure that every life event, every life milestone has to be supported by a financial program. And that basically is the importance of right now, in the midst of a challenging environment where income is really has to be sourced with a lot of effort, we make sure that every peso must count. And that is the objective. That's the purpose of financial planning.
Yes, and in this, you mentioned, Sir Roland, that in the this is in this very challenging environment, no. So, how do we go about understanding about in changing the strategy in doing financial planning?
Yeah, Haydee, dati kasi pag sinabi mong financial planning, parang the concept is when you have these assets, you have these resources. How do I maximize, no, the growth, the potential returns, no, from all these assets and I would say income, no, that we are receiving, especially in the last 20 years, no, in an environment where there was steady growth, no, there was steady growth in the Philippine economy. I guess the theme then was, how do I participate so that the way I would plan my future is to really how to grow as well, no. My income, my assets, together with the trend in the economy. What has happened right now is somehow a reminder, no, that no matter how good your business is, no matter how secure your employment, probably how well planned, no, your strategies are, you have to remember that there are certain factors that sometimes you cannot factor in. So you must really factor in a lot of contingencies, risk management. I would even say the purpose of financial planning right now is to make sure that you have a financial resiliency program, your ability to bounce back, your ability to recover whenever unexpected events like a pandemic, like a family crisis, a health crisis, will affect your family. No, so that's basically the objective right now, no, of financial planning. Okay, right. And I guess that's as shown, no, in that screen. The goal right now, financial planning, is to build your financial fortress. No? And when we speak of a financial fortress, it represents strength. It represents stability that it can withstand. It can really withstand the many challenges, the many crises, and the many unexpected events, no, that will happen in the family. So more than ever, we have to be mindful of that. Okay? So financial planning is not simply growth, returns. Right now, it has to be a very comprehensive view, and there is always a scenario building aspect. What if this happens? Am I ready? Am I able to adjust accordingly?
So what you're saying, Sir Rolan, is that looking at this schematic, no, that yung financial goals and dreams still remain where they are, no, no matter what happens, nandun pa rin yan, no. Pero pwede natin i-adjust yung mga haligi niya, no. Yung mga haligi dyan, no? Like for example, when you talk about emergency and contingency planning, ano po yung mga aspects nito na what is it in the first place, and ano pong pwedeng i-adjust dyan, for example?
Okay. In fact, Sonny, no, even before going to the pillars, no, of your forecast, the base is very important. The cash flow management is very important. It all starts with that. Putting first the house in order. Just like any business, a household, the lifeblood of a household is the flow of income getting into the family, no, so that you should be able to manage money flows, no, into your household well, because that is most basic. And when you speak, for example, of managing the income flows into the family, it all starts first with a clear and really committed budgeting. Okay, and when you do budgeting, for example, budgeting is not limiting the expenses, but actually allocating the right income to the specific purpose. Start first with your goals. As you mentioned nga kanina, di ba? Financial planning is nothing but life events planning. So of your life events, for example, first you have to identify which of these goals are short-term that has to be addressed immediately. So short-term goals are those that has to happen within the year. Probably if your wife is pregnant, definitely within 9 months, she will give birth. What preparations are you making? Are you doing for that, right? Then what are medium-term goals? Those are probably to happen several years later. And what are long-term goals? So start with that, then try to start allocating and be committed in the allocation. No? So ang sinasabi natin dito, the income flows. No? The income flows. This time, with what happened, be very conscious about your income flows. Because for so long, pag empleyado ka, you would say, okay na yan, tuloy-tuloy na yan. I will work until I retire and the money will just come in. With what happened last year, it showed that with that pandemic, about 20% were out of jobs.
Yes.
So review your income. Review your income flows. Are your income flows stable? What's the trend of your income right now? Is it increasing? Is it decreasing? Or what's the outlook of your employment, diba? What's the outlook of your activities, of your business? With the shift to digital, will you still be relevant? Do you expect that will you still be there? So these are the aspects of income management that you have to put into consideration as early as now. And
actually,
if you see the outlook for that, what are your plan Bs? What are, as we said, if for example, bigla na lang nag-decide ang company, we will move to another location, and how ready are you? How ready are you to do that? So this early, I think, aside from what you are earning, try to also do some sort of reskilling yourself, upgrading your skills, so that you continue to be relevant. So that's on the income management side. So that income will be there that will support the goals that you have set for your family.
Yeah. Sabi nga nila, that's probably one of the most difficult first steps that we have to take, yung budgeting, kasi hindi siya fun.
Yeah.
I remember kasi when tedious siya kasi you really have to be able to list down. I would recommend, if it's your first time to do a budgeting plan, you do a simple T. Yung T, what do you call that? A T budget, wherein you have your income sources in one side, parang T siya. Income sources on one side, and then your expected variable, fixed and variable expenses on the other side, to see if it's kung nababalance out siya, And if your expenses, for example, will exceed your income, ito yung masakit, you need to be able to identify which parts of your expenses na kailangan i-cut, so marami pong mga formulas out there, to be able to do a budget, for example, or how to do cash flow management, it can go through many names, marami pong mga names dyan, my own personal my own personal cash flow management system is what I call yung PBSS, no? yung PBSS, that's mine, no? I have certain amount of income coming in, and then I put it into different baskets, no? PB, pay bills, S, savings, and S, spend, in that order, no? PBSS. What pay bills, yung fixed bills, save, and then whatever is left, yun po yung spend, yung ganun. So that's mine.
Actually, Sonny, yeah, we have a different style naman, no, on how to handle our finances. But bottom line lang is, layman's term, never spend beyond your means. Yun lang talaga. So, pinakasimple, ba't ka mag-spend ng hindi mo na-earn, no? So, that's why credit cards are ballooning. Kasi it's beyond the income that you have gotten, eh. So, yun lang, very simple. Never spend beyond your means.
Or never borrow more than you can pay. Okay? So, very interesting. Very interesting ang discussion natin with Sir Rolan, no? It's always great to listen to you, sir, no? But for now, no, we'll come back and have a more in-depth conversation with Sir Rolan after this commercial.
Yeah, for questions, you may write in the comment section so that Sir Rolan can answer later.
All right. Right, welcome back. Please watch all our live stream shows such as U-Turn, Mondays and Thursdays, 10:30 a.m. Right, the stage is yours. TNC The Talk, Mondays at 12 noon. Have an awesome day, Mondays. The Home Buyer guides you to a property, Mondays and Thursdays. Laugh and Learn from the Puppet Stories, Mondays, 5:30. Notable personalities and their stories on The Big Picture with Lloyd Luna, Mondays to Fridays. Listen to This Generation, The Millennial Voice is Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Learn Together Across Borders, Foreign Affairs, Tuesdays. Human Resource Management on HR Hotline, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Well Home Brings a Well Life, Tuesdays and Saturdays. The Journey Continues, Moving on Business, Tuesdays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Learn from the Market Leader, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:30 p.m. It's Never Too Late for a Mental Shift, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. in the US, Wednesdays and Fridays, 10:30 a.m. in the Philippines.
Cybersecurity is key. Cybernext every Wednesdays. Health is Wealth. Healthline Wednesdays. Coupling and Coupling Couple Goals Wednesdays. Chill and Boost after shift, Wednesdays and Fridays. Your Rights, YOLO. Thursdays, Madiskarting Buhay, Madiskarting Nanay, Negosyo at Home. Fridays, every Fridays. Emerging and Practical Technologies, TechU, every Fridays. Magbenta, Bumili at Tumulong. TNC Marketplace, every Fridays and Saturdays. Dream, Achieve, Nurture, and Inspire, the Danny Art Show, Fridays. Celebrate Women at Work, Saturdays. Time to Hear Positive News, COVID Stories, Saturdays. The Family Business is Everyone's Business, Saturdays. Beauty Beyond What Your Eyes Can See, Usapang Beauty, Saturdays. Success Stories, The Fourth Project, Saturdays. 6 p.m. Dubai and 10 p.m. Philippines. Strategize and win in life through Win Within, Saturdays. Catch also our originals one day, TNC Arena, TNC Presscon, and TNC Town Hall, Saturdays, 7 p.m., which are hosted by founders Lloyd Luna and Apple Manansala. More upcoming shows, follow hashtag TNC Now on Facebook and YouTube. Allow your passion to inspire you and get together. And together, let us see the new you. And of course, don't forget our show every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Philippine time and 5:30 a.m. US time. Ayan.
Yeah.
Nabubulol na ako sa dami ng shows natin.
Marami tayong shows dito sa TNC.
Before we continue, Sonny, let me just shout out dito sa mga fans ni Mr. Enriquez who's watching right now, who's with us. Mr. George Poblete is with us.
Hi, Sir
Idol
Georgie.
daw niya si Boss Rolan. And Cypress is also watching. Ma'am Imelda, Virgie Galagaran. So hello po sa inyo. And if you have questions for Sir Rolan, you can type in the comments section.
Right.
So
Don't
we'll
forget
call
to-
back Sir Rolan.
Yeah. Sir Boss Roland, are you there? All right, there you go.
I'm here.
Okay, hi,
Sir,
Sir
ang dami
Roland.
mo ng fans na nag-hi sa'yo watching right now. And
Hello,
of course,
everyone.
I know si Miss Elsa is also watching right now and Rob.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a very spirited discussion before the commercial break, no, and we've been talking about yung cash flow management, no, and we're saying that in this new environment there has to be changes in the strategy as well, no. So you mentioned in your in the schematic that you showed, no, that the goals remain, no, on the top. It still remains the same, but there are some changes that we can do, no, dun sa pillars nga, no, as it changes with the times. You mentioned that how we save must change, how we invest must change. No? Let's go a little bit more on that. For example, savings. No, how has that changed? Milestone planning, how has that changed? Investing, how has that changed as well?
Yeah. Again, now we have to. Some people, kasi they use savings and investments interchangeably. No.
Yes, sir.
As we said, when it comes to milestone planning, life events planning, there are certain things, no, that are expected to happen, and these are things that you should really prepare for. Okay. Regardless, you cannot compromise. No. For example, setting some allocations, no, for this particular purpose. No, and just like what happened, no, recently, no. How can someone, for example, imagine, especially in the equities market, no, that for a while we thought that will be steadily going up, then all of a sudden, no, because of that pandemic, about this time last year, can you just imagine, the equities index, no, went as low as 4,600, 4,500 from a high of 8,000 to 9,000
something. Yeah.
So almost half. So, for example, when it comes to planning, no, for some milestones, how for example, I'm supposed to parang send my child to school, and my expectation is at the time that he will enter college after 7 or 8 years, I was expecting that my savings have actually increased, no, by a certain amount, only to find out after 6 to 7 years it was cut by half. No, so what I'm saying, when it comes to savings, you go for instruments, go for assets, no, that should be almost guaranteed, secure. It should not be subjected to a lot of volatilities. No? So I think that's one thing that we need to emphasize. For those that are, like say, mga milestones that you're expected to really achieve, the kind of assets that you set aside should be something that is almost guaranteed, like the bank deposits, time deposits, money market instruments for the mutual funds, let's say the bonds, the bonds. In fact, for those of you, you can even get into government bonds, Pag-ibig bonds, for example, the MP2, that for the last 6 to 7 years have been churning out above the inflation rates. So get into those, wherein if ever there would be some volatilities, there are some volatilities, it is not drastically affected because your responsibility to deliver what you have set as your milestones, education of the children, your retirement, let's say a house for your family, the vacation that you have promised them. These are things that should be supported by that. So there has to be an asset and goal matching that should be done when it comes to savings. So do not aspire for high return that has high risk, because this experience will tell us truly there are some instruments that are promising a lot of returns, but its volatility are also quite high. So that's on the saving side. So that's the type of preparations that you have to make. On the other hand, when it comes to investments, nowadays, I think the good thing with what's happening right now also is that because of the online, almost all of us have access to different type of investments. Okay, seen friends are already trading the global markets, at the comforts of diba?
Si Haydee
very convenient, very convenient. So in short,
Haydee global
access to
investor
many, yes, precisely. So
Something
again,
new to learn, di ba?
something yun nga din. Like for example, as I mentioned to you earlier, the PSE last year was saved by local investors. Okay?
Right.
Because if not for them, entering the local market, can you just imagine how do you replace 120 billion share of the foreign investors? So these are mga opportunities happening. But again, as we always maintain, through access has been made easier. I think information is now made available to almost everyone. But first rule, never invest in something you don't understand. Okay? We want to develop investment savvy people, not investment sabi-sabi. Yung bang nakarinig lang na ang ganitong instrumento daw nagdodoble in 2 months, in 1 month, di ba?
Right,
so
right.
pasok na ng pasok, And what is important is be very mindful also when you enter into investments. So yun yung I think these are some changes. Ang dali-dali pumasok sa mga investment instruments right now, investment platforms. But first rule, before entering there, at least you are ready. You are ready. And the good thing is, through online, marami na ngayong graduates ng YouTube University.
It's true.
Because of the YouTube pala, ang dami ka ng Ang problema lang, mamili ka rin. Kasi baka iba-iba rin yung tinuturo sa bawat module na tinitingnan mo. But you have to be very careful also. So these are things. These are, I would say, these are changes in the investment landscape, in the savings landscape. But the good thing is the resources, the platforms, the tools needed to be ready and to take advantage are available. Okay, so these are things that I think now we have to be at least mindful. Yeah.
Yes, we certainly have a long way to go Sir Rolan, in terms of financial education, because karamihan or majority pa rin ng Filipinos, in general, have they probably have a working understanding of some aspects of investments and budgeting and all of this, but But really, financial education is still parang mababa pa rin ang understanding natin, 'di ba?
And
Well,
at this time ba, San, actually marami talaga naghahanap ng instruments kung saan ilalagay yung pera because as Sir Rolan has been discussed kanina, no, na the savings has really increased based
Right.
on Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. But the question would be, sino ba, saan ko ba siya ilalagay na legit? Second is, my question nga dito, baka naman masyadong malaki yung startup fund for that. So, how will they do that? Paano sila mag-participate? Anong gagawin nila that they will be able to start up with another kind of investment other than putting it in the bank?
Yes, that's why cash flow management, as Sir Roland mentioned, is very, very critical, no? You should know how much money you have in the first place, no? Kung magkano pera pumapasok, and are you able to fulfill your basic necessities? Yun talaga, no? Pay your bills, and are you able to live a lifestyle that you want? Then, if it's a matter of income, then maybe kailangan i-increase ang income, di ba? If cash flow, di ba? Gusto natin ma-save pero wala naman tayong the faucet, no, for savings is a trickle lang, no? So maybe what we need to do, and this is something that we've been talking about in our previous episodes, no, in our show, is that income opportunities, you must grab income opportunities kung kulang ang income. Kung meron ka naman income, then you should put it in the right baskets. Tama po ba? Right, no? Depending on whatever goal that you have, no? Yung top roof dun sa schematic ni Sir Roland, no? And you have to adjust to the times because maybe, as we said, no? Some strategies like high risk investments probably will still have some allocation there, but you have to be more careful. And since there are so many new things that are coming in, like cryptocurrency, Ethereum, all that stuff, no, is coming in, and you want to get into that, you have to have an understanding. Tama po yung sinabi ni Roland, no? Understand first, no, the risks, and understand where will the money go, how will you earn, yung ganun, no? So that's very sound financial advice. We're going to talk more with Boss Roland, no? A very engaging conversation. I like this conversation, no? When we come back from this, when we come back from this commercial, stay tuned.
Hi, Sonny.
Hello.
We're back. Inaantok ka pa?
No, I'm all right now. I think we need to be able.
Yeah, can we see meron tayong upcoming event. Yes, yung sa 27th of the month. This is Global Women Who Rule 2021, no? We live to love and eventually leave a lasting impression. This summit represents the voices of remarkable women who have to be heard, who are passionate about their significant roles in the society. We celebrate women of different sizes and colors from different motivations. When you feel you're fully able to express yourself, you feel most loved. Celebrate Filipino women across the globe, the first of its kind. Global women who reach out to unite, love, and encourage each other. 22 keynote speeches, one live stream summit to celebrate the International Women's Month. Ayan, this is gonna be on the 27th. Watch Global Women Who Rule 2021 on March 27, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. live streaming on the new channel. This event is for you. Ayan.
All right.
This is a very big event, ha? Ang
Hindi
ganda
naman
ng
ang ganda
ano
ng lineup,
nila,
no?
ng lineup.
Right. At
Mga
hindi naman kailangan
empowered women.
hindi naman kailangan babae ka lang, no, para manood. Pwedeng manood yan ng mga lalaki.
Of course! Syempre, manonood yung mga partners siya ka mga husbands sila. Ewan ko lang kung hindi sila pinanood.
Yeah. And that's good, no, for International Women's Month. Let's support ventures by the driving force behind everything, no, yung kababaihan. All right, more power to you guys. Right, we are back here in Money and More with Rolan Enriquez, and we've had a very spirited discussion, no, on changing the strategy, as we said, no. So the goals remain the same, no. Let us not set aside our goals. Whatever goals that you have for yourself and for your family, I'm pretty sure on a personal level, it's yours, no? Your goal talaga yan, no? To provide them probably with a good lifestyle, to provide education for your children, and maybe eventually later on, no? To support yourself during your retirement. Ito yung magandang...
Yan, retirement. Si Sir Rolan already had a semi-retirement and I'm shocked, no?
Oo nga, so young.
Ngayon,
So young to retire.
Ang galing, no? Sana all na makakapag-retire as young as he is. But I know that I don't know what happened and he was able to put up another company during his semi-retirement. So, can you tell us about your current projects, Sir Rolan and Ventures, yung E-Cube Financial Advisory Services?
Okay, thank you, Miss Haydee. No, so actually, the decision to somehow lay low, no, in the corporate side does not mean that they have to stop working, no, because I believe that they said, retirement is not the stoppage of work, but rather pursuing advocacies, pursuing dreams, pursuing things that you really wanted to do. And sometime December, I had the opportunity also to connect with our former president, Mr. Rex Mendoza, no, and we were able to talk about, no, the many services, the many products, no, that they're also offering under Rampver. And this is very much aligned to what I'm doing, no, because I was thinking, how do I help more people, no, trying to become more financially independent and free in the future. And I believe that to achieve that, there should be a number of pillars. And that's the reason for that financial fortress, diba? That at the top is really the goal, and to make sure that you protect the top all the time. And protecting the top, you should have a good cash management program. And cash management is not simply managing money. It should also making sure that you are financially ready, you have the right value system, you have the right education, you have the right attitude towards money. So the need to educate is important, because more than the flow of money, it is how you use the money. So that's why, if you notice, no, the name of our company, EQ, the first E there is education, and that is very much supported also. But what Rampver is doing right now, try to visit the website of Rampver, and you will see a complete list of videos talking about the different financial preparations, the different financial strategies, no, that you can actually use moving forward. So that's the base. Okay. Other than that, you must have a solid contingency plan and emergency programs, and you need here health insurances, HMOs, medical insurance, even life insurance, in preparation, no, that if any of the unexpected events happen, there is a way for you to be able to draw support, no, from the companies who have actually insured you, so that that will not compromise the goal. Kaya nga fortress, because this will somehow protect, no, the goal that you have for your family. Then savings and investment, we realize that there are so many instruments right now, no, we can offer, no, to clients depending on their investment and savings personality. If they are conservative, there are so many mutual funds right now that are available that will enable, no, a person of a very conservative, risk-averse investment personality that he can actually use, so that he can start preparing for the future. But for those who are, I would say, more risk tolerant, there are also instruments for those, and even global markets. No, there are now mutual funds that are available for those people who want to explore the global market. So again, no, that brings us to the second E, no, in the EQ. More than just educating, we should be able to empower. And I guess the choices, the array of products that we make available to them, enable them, empower them, that they will be able to achieve what they have set as their goals and objectives eventually. No? And finally, as we said, no, we want to enrich the experience. That's why, if you notice, we continue to have forums, we continue to have coaching, we continue to have discussion, because it's not simply availing of the products. Almost every day we provide some information. Almost every week we have some special client engagement activities to make sure, no, that the journey is enriching. That's why the third D there is, it has to be enriching for everyone as they try to achieve the goals that they have set for themselves. So that's what eCube and our partnership with Rampver, no, get us excited, no, to do this. Not only to get me out of the retirement, but I think, no, I am still in a position that I can continue, no, to try to offer, no, this type of support to a lot of people out there, no? And together with my team, no, who are also, some of them are former colleagues in PhilAm and in other companies who feel the same way. And we will continue to do that, because we feel, no, that especially nowadays, by really providing them with the right preparations, with the right mindset, I think, no, we will be able to overcome this current crisis. So that's what we're doing now.
Okay, that's very interesting, Sir Rolan, no? And what a venture, no? And a partnership with Rampver as well, no? Saan po, I'm interested, for example, I'm interested to know more about E3. Are there any resources that I can go to?
Well, right now we're still linked with it's still we're still really relatively new. We just launched this month, no? Early part of this month.
So, this month, just
March. Okay.
Wow.
So we're still leveraging really on the Rampver resources, no?
Okay.
And we're taking advantage of it, because I believe, no, Rampver alone, in terms of the resources that they have, no, can really provide a lot of already support, no, to people that we will be partnering moving forward as they try to achieve their own financial goals.
Right.
So viewers, ang po ba, is it operating nationwide, or for now sa Mindanao lang muna, or saan po ba yung reach ng eCube?
Well, eCube for the meantime, since we're established here in Mindanao, no, most of our partners are in Mindanao. But because of the digital platform that we're offering, we have already clients all over the country also. So
wow,
that we can reach because almost all transactions naman right now are virtual, no, digital. So we can actually cover, or provide services nationwide. And the good thing about, as we said, Rampver, is that aside from a full range of financial services, we have partnered with very reputable institutions in the life insurance side, in the non-life side, in the mutual fund side. Almost all mutual fund companies are partnered with Rampver. So we can really tailor fit the solution based on the requirements, based on the goal of the client. So the choices that the clients have allowed them to really come up with the right solution for them. So all of those. Yeah.
All right. So best of luck and good fortune on your new business venture. Todo support kami dyan, sir. All right. If it's if it pushes our advocacy for financial literacy, then we're behind you 101%. Right.
Yes. I'm just so happy that Sir Rolan is back in the financial industry.
Oo nga.
So, ninamnam niya lang for ilang months yung semi-retirement. And we're
Wala
so
akong kilala
glad
na
that you're back.
nag-retire. Wala akong kilala na nag-retire. As in, babalik talaga sa may gagawin talaga.
Talaga, oo.
It's been a great great to have you here, Sir Rolan. Thank you for guesting.
It's my pleasure.
Right. It's great to see you after all this time. It's been a long time.
Thank you so much, Sir Rolan. And you have some message for our viewers and shout out sa mga nanonood sa iyo, mga friends mo. You can do that po.
Okay, first of all, thank you. Thank you to all of you who have watched this show, and also thank you to those who actually responded to the forums that we have organized several weeks ago. And yes, we believe that during this time there are still a lot of opportunities that we can look into, especially in the financial services sector. And there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of people to be somehow touched in terms of preparation. There are a lot of opportunities to make a difference. I guess that's something that we look forward to. And I guess if I were to close this discussion, there's this slide that has always, I have encountered this presentation by Dr. Alvin Ang a number of times, and it inspires me always. Yeah, we're going through a lot of challenges right now. We're going through a lot of these difficulties, but friends, as the good book would say, do not wait for everything to get better before you act on something. Because as the book of Ecclesiastics would say, you don't have to wait for a perfect weather for farmers. You cannot you cannot just wait for these things to happen, because you have to start doing something. If you have your financial goals, for a while, it was somehow challenged to achieve them last year, probably at the height of the crisis. But do not give up on your dreams. Continue pursuing them, act and start doing them now. Because I do believe God is with you and you'll be able to achieve your dreams if this is for the improvement of yourself, your family, the community, and everyone else. With that, daghang salamat. Thank you so much, Ms. Haydee and Mr. Sonny.
Yeah, again, Sir Rolan, thank you so much. Hanggang sa uulitin. We will invite you again in one of our episodes to talk more about EQ.
Yeah, also, just send me a note.
Sure. Opo.
Yeah, and it's been a pleasure to be with you, Sir Rolan. Ingat po kayo. Have a good night.
You both, ingat din.
Thank you.
All right. So there we have it, Haydee. A great discussion with Rolan as always.
Yeah, as always, he has been a mentor for quite some time, and as always, there are a lot of things to talk about pag si Sir Rolan yung kausap mo. And I'm just so happy talaga that he's back in the industry. Kasi medyo nalungkot tayo when he tendered his semi-retirement. Ano? But as it is, the advocacy still continues.
Right.
So, maski ano pang gagawin niya, babalik at babalik din siya sa industry kung saan siya masaya.
Right.
You know, helping people and managing their finances is one of those. So, this has been a very great episode, Sonny. And next week will be another great episode. So, abangan nila. Now, something to look forward to. And I hope that we were able to share to our viewers the importance of saving up and matching up with their goals from tonight's episode.
Yeah. Don't change the goal, change the strategy.
Yes.
Change the strategy, right? All right, this is Sonny Jaldon, and always remember that financial freedom
is in your hands.
Good night,
See you next week, guys.